my name is Lynn, and today I just want to share a wee bit about my faith, what my faith means to me, and leave you with a Bible verse that really means a lot to me, that has given me great comfort and great hope over the years. So I'm originally from Cavan, as you might guess from the accent. Have moved to Sligo in the last year and a half. I grew up on a farm. I'm a farmer's daughter. Had a really nice childhood, very happy memories. And at the age of 12, just when I was transitioning to a secondary school, I got really bad tonsillitis, which then unfortunately developed into a really bad viral infection that ultimately led to 5 years of quite a trying time with sickness and ill health. Probably my lowest point in those 5 years, being diagnosed with ME, chronic fatigue syndrome, fibromyalgia. I don't think at the time the medical professions knew what exactly the diagnosis was or even how to treat it. I remember actually one doctor in one of the national children's hospitals telling me at the age of 16 that go home, learn to live with the pain, and that was all he could really offer me, was a prescription for pain medication. And that's very difficult to come to terms with, that you have extreme pain, you're not able to function, you're not able even to walk around the perimeter of your house, or even at times I couldn't even climb the stairs. It was so debilitating in so many ways. And that was really probably one of my lowest points, and that went on for 5 years, and it has left an imprint hugely in my life, but for good reasons though, which I want to share with you. So after those extremely trying times, I thankfully I got better. I was able to successfully finish my Leaving Cert, which I hadn't been able to attend school really at all over 5 years. So it was quite remarkable. I was actually able to complete my Leaving Cert, get the results I wanted to go to college. And I went to college, did my first year in the course that I absolutely adored. I did the usual student thing. And then at the early summer of that first year of college, I went up to a summer camp in Belfast. And it was a Christian camp, and I experienced God for the very, very first time in a very real way that Sunday night in the King's Hall. And I really felt God speaking to me. And in that moment, I had a decision to make. I had to listen to God and follow His ways, or I could just ignore it and continue on in the lifestyle I was leading, which probably wasn't very wise. So I made the decision then to actually take ownership of my faith, and it completely has transformed where I am now. So that night I gave my life to the Lord, and it spoke to me that God really spoke to me that I had to focus on my education, which I did, and I successfully completed my undergrad. And from there then, I would be lying if I said it was a smooth path. It was sometimes quite the opposite. There's been many bumps on the road, and it's sort of learning to trust God in the highs and the lows. And sometimes I refer to my faith as something being like a roller coaster, where you have the really high times and then you have the really low times, the dips in the roller coaster. And I want to sort of share with you during some of the lower points over the last maybe 13 years of being a Christian, there's one Bible verse that really stands out to me, and it's Psalm 23. And I know so many people have heard this psalm. So Psalm 23 verse 4, and it's these words that really speak to me. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. And to me, those verses have meant so much to me in the good times as well as in the trying times, because the valley can be a really difficult place to be. It can be extremely painful. It can be very sad, lonely, even sometimes devastating. But I know when I'm walking through that valley, or when any of us are walking through the trials and the tribulations of this world, I know that God is with me. He's with me every step of the way. So every step I take, I know that God is with me, because it says, I fear no evil. You are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. And when we walk through the valley, it's that word through that really rings a bell with me, because there's light at the end of the tunnel. There's something better to come. Now, we might not understand that when we're going through it. We might question God, why are you doing this to me? But we have to sort of look at the bigger picture, going, God is in control. And what really then is that every step that we take, He is with us. He gives us that peace. And there's a verse in the Bible that says, for the peace of God, it surpasses all understanding. And when you have that peace, like, words fail me to actually describe what that peace actually means. But when you know you have God in your heart, you do experience that peace and that comfort. And with that, that gives you hope and encouragement. So I pray that as we go through the tough times, the trials, the difficult valleys that we have to walk through, that there will be a greater moment or moments in the future. So I just pray that you will look heavenward, and that is where we get all our hope, from Jesus. Be blessed. Amen.